Should still says off air.
We're live. Hey.
Hello.
Tell them who you are.
Hey, I'm Chris McCall.
I'm Susie McCall.
We are so excited to share with y'all what has completely transformed our lives in the last year.
Yes, it has. And also, just know y'all are our first live Google Hangout.
Hey!
So if there's a lot of craziness going on, we're sorry.
If you have really high expectations, I need you to bring them down. Bring them
yes.
down.
Yes.
Hey,
we're not techie.
No, but before we get started real quick, I'm going to just say a quick word of prayer.
Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for blessing us as we begin to share our hearts about what's happened to us with Plexus. I just ask that you let everyone know where our heart's at, and let us be good communicators about what's happened to us, and again, just help us to let everyone know where our heart is. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Hey, we are so excited.
Oh, I have to read a disclaimer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're going to read it?
Well, I was going to read it, but, oh, there it is. Okay, so our disclaimer. The opportunity of a lifetime with Plexus is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors. And the people that you're going to hear their own Pleximonies from, they are also independent Plexus ambassadors. It's not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. At Plexus Worldwide, we want you to know that the results you're about to hear may vary from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease. Booyah!
Yeah,
good. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, hey, what we're about to tell you, Susie's going to show you what literally transformed our lives. Okay.
It's called Plexus Slim. It's a little powder or a little packet of pink powder. You open it up. You talk now.
Okay. You mix this with water, and you shake it up and drink it one time a day. This is not a meal replacement.
No, we like to eat our food.
Yeah, what's so funny about what's happening right now that Susie's doing this is what makes Plexus sustainable is the simplicity of what it's doing. See, Plexus Slim was originally designed for diabetics to help level your blood sugar naturally. What they figured out is once your blood sugar became level, it had a ton of healthy side effects, one of which was weight loss. Susie, kind of share with what was going on in our lives and when we got started with Plexus.
Okay, so very busy family. We have 4 kids. Gosh, we were sports and school, and we both work, and busy. I can't stress that enough. But the good news is I could not kick my Diet Dr. Pepper habit. I had tried for 4 years to kick my Diet Dr. Pepper habit. On and off, I'd make it 30 days even sometimes, and I'd be right back on. So I started seeing some people talk about this pink drink, and they quit their Dr. Pepper habit, and I thought, oh, okay, I might try it. This guy, shockingly, I have to do the very condensed version, unfortunately, because I like to talk. But he decided, basically, I think to prove it wrong, but he wanted to lose some weight, get skinny.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. That was my plan.
Yeah. So.
And wait, real quick. I had tried everything and failed.
Yes, he had.
What I mean by that is I would think I could make up in a couple days worth of exercise. I'd go crazy, and then I would always fall back in to old habits and give into cravings because I was always going to do that. I wanted to have the great willpower, and I thought, I'll just make smarter decisions. The problem was I never did. And so it was like this roller coaster ride over and over and over. I could not get any weight off for any consistent period of time at all until the pink drink.
This little pink drink.
My blood sugar got level. And the only way that I can describe this is you're able to make nutritious decisions instead of hungry decisions. And so that's what I did. I started shedding weight quickly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so.
But he was a big skeptic. I would say that.
When I literally posted on Facebook an hour before and after pictures. I took a picture of me poofing out my cheeks because Susie had come home. This is a picture of me.
This is for real.
Yeah, so this me on the left here was almost 250 pounds. The one on the right was about 90 days after I started the product.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
So you can see it had a dramatic impact on my health. Susie, when you live with a healthy person...
Okay, wait a second. I have to stop it. He didn't just drink the pink drink and just sit in a box and drink the pink drink and shrink, though. What did you start doing?
I sat in a circle.
Okay, that's
No,
good.
but I did begin exercising. It gave me incredible, consistent energy.
Yes.
The energy that it provides is one of the biggest side effects that I hear people talk about. It's not this. There's no jitter. There's no stimulant in the pink drink.
It's a good, sustained energy all day long.
That's what it is. So I did start getting active, and I was aggressively trying to make a lifestyle change, and I got to stress that. That is huge.
Yes.
Plexus is a tool that enables you,
absolutely,
right?
Yes.
To achieve a goal. So,
yes.
So if you drink the pink drink in the morning, one of the side effects is energy, the other is weight loss. But again, kind of go back to yours.
Yeah. So I wanted off my Dr. Pepper habit. I tried everything, couldn't do it. Took me 2 mornings of a pink drink, and I threw away the Dr. Pepper I had on that. It was a Tuesday. I threw it in the trash, and I haven't had another one since. That's crazy. And I had a full 24-pack in our garage refrigerator.
That you chucked.
I never would. I would have finished all of those, then quit. Trust me, I would have. So we knew it was a game changer. I also loved candy. I was like this candy addict. I had it in my car, in my nightstand.
She literally walked around with a backpack full of candy.
He loves to say that. I didn't have a backpack, but I did have it in my purse and in my car and in my nightstand. So once again, I started this little pink drink. I was not giving up my sweet tarts. Those were my non-negotiable. I was going to give up the gobstoppers and the bottle caps and the stickers and whatever, but I was going to keep the sweet tarts. I have not had any since the first day of this. What?
It's
crazy.
It literally is crazy. So,
and I was like OCD about the sweet tarts. It's too long of a story, but the fact that I gave those up still is amazing.
Right. So part of the story that is the reason we're so passionate about these products, it's important you understand kind of where we were at life-wise. We were not, Susie mentioned how busy we were earlier. We were not trying to create some business.
No.
The fact that we're doing this is
funny.
Hilarious to us because we would avoid like any type of, we're not professional direct sellers.
Oh gosh, no.
We're not interested in becoming anything else other than Plexus.
Right.
Because we're passionate about how these products are transforming people's lives.
So tell them you lost weight and what else happened?
That's where I was headed. So 36 pounds I lose in less than 90 days. When I initially started the product, my doctor had me on high blood pressure medicine, of which I'd been on for most of my life, that and acids.
Since he was 17 and had a tumor on his adrenal gland to his heart.
So when I walked in and I showed this to my physician, I said, hey, doc, my wife's going to give me this pink drink, and I'm sure it's just another little quick thing. And he looks at it and says, it shouldn't kill you. Yeah. And I thought, that's a ringing endorsement from my doctor. So when I came back to my next appointment after I had been on the pink drink, I had lost some weight. I was feeling really good. My doctor says, hey, your blood pressure's lower. He says, let's cut your meds in half. He knew what my history was because Susie was mentioning that I had a tumor on my heart. I had a stroke when I was 17 years old, so I was forced to monitor my blood pressure my entire life. I mean, once or twice a week, I could tell you exactly what it was on medication. Well, when I started Plexus, I didn't even look because remember, I'm not starting it to lower my blood pressure.
Or get healthy.
I'm starting it because I want to shed some weight, and I heard it will help me in that area. But when I start reading and looking into the individual ingredients, clearly it says helps control and regulate blood pressure. So my doctor says, we're going to cut your meds in half. So he does. And I come home and I tell Susie, I'm like, wow, they cut my meds in half. The doctor says, I want you to come back 30 days from now. You don't need an appointment. Just come in, have the nurse take your blood pressure, and I'll call you. And so a short while later, I go in, 30 days later, he takes it again. My doctor calls me and says, your blood pressure is like I've never seen. You don't need meds anymore. This morning or the other day when I took it, it was 112/61, and that's with no medication. Now, mind you, I have been on medication most of my adult life, so the only thing that was different, and I wasn't always overweight, was Plexus. And so we start sharing and telling some folks about some Plexus.
Oh, we were telling some people because so this guy, like, all of a sudden he's like eating healthy, he's exercising, and I'm like, hallelujah, because I've always really loved to exercise, and I've tried to get into, and I was eating healthy other than my candy and Dr. Pepper habit. So as soon as we saw these instant, really quick physical changes, we were telling everybody. Also, here's a big one for me: my heel pain from plantar fasciitis. About 5 days into the pink drink, I was like, I think my heel pain's going away, and he said,
don't tell anybody that. That sounds witch doctory.
Yeah. And so like 2 weeks into it, it was like 65% better. And I was like, okay, no, it for real is getting better. And this was something that had plagued me for a year, and I tried everything. If you've ever had that heel pain, it's terrible. And so 1 month after I started this, it was totally gone, and I haven't had any problems since then. Holla! So that's a huge deal.
Okay, so what we want to do, we're giving you kind of an abbreviated version. We don't have time to go into details. We've brought other people. See, part of us doing this and trying to expand, we desperately need messengers, and so we're going to explain to that. We're going to bring some other people on that are just normal old people like us. The coolest thing about this.
Don't call me normal.
Normal, yeah, right? So, but the coolest part is anybody can do this. You can be successful with the products.
Absolutely.
You can be successful with the business. It totally works. Our business works because our products work.
Oh, our products are.
So what we want to touch base with just briefly, we've already described to you the pink drink.
By the way, it's delicious tasting. I love it.
Okay, so some common side effects. Better energy, sleep. Sleep's a huge one.
Sleep is a huge one.
I was on sleepy meds pre-Plexus.
Yeah, he would. Not only did he go off his blood pressure medicine, he also went off sleep medicine and your antacid.
Antacid, yeah. And so there's these other things that are happening. When your blood sugar gets level, it is a game changer. I mean, like we didn't anticipate all these other side effects, but now that we've heard them so much, it gives you some clue and some idea what's happening.
One of the best ways I can describe this is you start craving the things that we should be eating: fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, water. So before I was craving Diet Dr. Pepper and candy. Now I crave like apples and water.
Right.
So you're eating the way that really our bodies were designed to be eating.
So what we recommend.
And it can help keep cholesterol, lipids.
That's right where I was headed.
Oh, good.
Yeah, perfect. Good job.
So good.
High five. High five. So cholesterol also, same kind of thing. When our lab work came back recently, let's just say it was a complete overhaul.
Yes.
There is something that makes Plexus super cool. We'll get into some more of those details here shortly. So we're going to touch base.
Oh, one more thing. It burns fat, not muscle, and that is huge because your muscle is what burns calories, so you don't want to get rid of your muscle. That's a big one. Okay.
Big fact. Okay.
Now we'll move on.
So we're going to talk about a few other products because Plexus products that we didn't know anything else other than this, okay? So when we started Plexus, we started for the pink drink. Now, Susie, go.
Okay, so this is the X Factor vitamin, and I have to tell you, I always feel like a vitamin salesperson when I start talking about it, but by far, it's the only vitamin I've ever taken. I can feel the energy. Here's the deal. It's aloe-based, so your body actually absorbs the vitamins, okay? So it's really cool. You can test it. Oh, and we have a 60-day money-back guarantee on our product. So you can test any of these, and if 60 days from now, if you're like,
the crazy people in the computer, the crazy people in the computer were nuts.
Yeah, they'll send you a check. You call, you say, I don't like it, they'll send you a check back. Okay.
Guess how many of those we've done?
None.
Okay,
zero. So back to my aloe base. When you go to the bathroom after you take a normal multivitamin, your pee is usually pretty yellow, right? That's the only way I ever knew I remembered to take it. My pee would be yellow, and I'd be like, oh, good for me, I took my vitamin. This one, no yellow pee. It's because your body is actually absorbing it. You're not just peeing it out. So that's huge. So you can test it yourself. Also, when I started this, I was taking it like 4 in the afternoon. Like all of a sudden, I went from great sleep to I was not being able to go to sleep. We figured out it was the vitamin. It was the vitamin.
When's the last time you took a vitamin where you thought, oh, I can tell energy-wise? It didn't happen.
There's not many vitamins you can't take past 4 in the afternoon.
That's right.
Except this one. It has B6, B12, and you're actually absorbing it. There's more to that, but we got to move on.
Okay, so the next product that we figured out is, and each one of these products, I want you to understand, is distinctively different than anything else on the market. It's so cool because you've started to hear this word. If you watch any TV, they're always talking now about probiotics.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Well, we have a probiotic. It just so happens to be the best probiotic on the market.
It is.
And here's why. Ours has an antifungal in it. We don't have time to get into candida, but it's an overgrowth of yeast in your body.
I would love to talk to you about
candida. You don't have time. So when you take, let me give you an example. When you take a antibiotic because you're sick, and they put you an antibiotic, it goes in and it crushes and kills all bacteria. It cannot distinguish good bacteria from bad bacteria. So what happens is you have to replace it. So now you're hearing about your immune system being in your gut. And remember, pre-Plexus, we were in the fishing business. We didn't know anything about this stuff. But we started to learn quickly.
Never had heard of candida.
No. So our probiotic has an antifungal in it, which actually helps and kills the overgrowth of yeast in your body and then replaces it.
Think we're crazy right now? Think about this. How many people have gotten a yeast infection? I know it's gross and I'm sorry. But a yeast infection after you take an antibiotic. Men get them too. It's not just women. So that's what's happening. Every time you take an antibiotic and over-the-counter medication, do you take Tylenol? Do you take ibuprofen? Okay, killing that good bacteria in your body. Also, the food we eat. We are not eating real food anymore. I'm sorry. It's terrible. So God did not intend for us to be this way. Even if you're trying to eat whole and clean, the soil doesn't have the minerals. He's making me move on.
I have to. Susie, let's share with BioCleanse.
BioCleanse.
Hey, is this the kind of cleanse, Susie, where you got to take the weekend off so you can do a cleanse?
No, it is not that kind. It's not a run to the bathroom cleanse at all. It's a very gentle. It has magnesium, so it will aid in bathroom issues. And my gosh, there's a lot of bathroom issues, right?
No question.
We had no idea how many, but I'd say most people have one.
Yep.
They're either going way too much or they're not going at all.
What BioCleanse is doing is putting oxygen in your cells at a cellular level.
Yes.
One of the coolest products, no Plexus. If you go Google how disease starts in cells, it's an unoxygenated cells.
Yes.
And so what this is doing is putting in oxygen at the cellular level.
Yes, so if your cells have oxygen, you're less likely to get cancer and other diseases. It's hugely important.
Okay, so
those 4 products that we just showed you, those 4, that we take those every day. The pink drink, the X Factor, the BioCleanse, and the ProBio. We do not miss those because that is, in our opinion, an optimal health recipe.
You know what? I think before we go any further, I think we should introduce one of our special guests.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so remember, we started telling people about Plexus products based upon what they had done for our lives. And so they're just normal old people.
And I have to say, I would tell people, even if it never meant making a dime.
No,
we would just tell you because we feel so great and we see so many people that feel great.
On a daily basis. So
awesome.
We're going to introduce one of our first guest speakers. She lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She's on our team. She actually listened to us, and she's. I'll let her tell her story. But go ahead and introduce
Christine
Weir. Hey, Christine.
That's Christine's before and after. Okay. She should be popping up now. Remember, this is our first call, or Google Hangout.
Hey!
There she is!
Hi! Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am Christine Weir, and I do live in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and I'm a kindergarten teacher, so I'm not a salesperson. Not ever going to be a salesperson. So I want to tell you a little bit about my testimony, and I'm going to start with why I started Plexus. March the 4th, 2014, I signed up for the discount as an ambassador, never tried the products. Was never going to sell the product, so just wanted a deal, okay? I am a lifetime Weight Watcher, 22 years, and I have been a Weight Watchers leader. So I know how to lose weight, I know how to maintain my weight, but I just wanted my life to be easy, and I wanted to be free of counting points. I was so tired of counting points. It literally was what I did all day long, was think about food, and I wanted to stop doing that. So, enter Plexus. Totally gained control over my appetite and my cravings. Lost 2 sizes in 2 months. Amazing, all right? That was my whole goal. That's not even half my story. So let me tell you about the health benefits that I have with Plexus. And my list is so long, I actually have notes so I don't leave anything out because it has literally changed my life. For years, I have been chronically plagued with migraines, and I had an ablation several years ago to help with that, and they went away for about a year, and then they started coming back. Enter Plexus. I've been on Plexus for almost 11 months, and I've only had 2 migraines in that length of time. I mean, seriously, like, hallelujah. Totally changed my life. If that was my only side effect from taking Plexus Slim, I would take it the rest of my life because it's so freeing not to teach kindergarten with 26 children with a migraine, okay? It's debilitating. Don't ever do it, okay? So that's just the first health benefit. Second health benefit, no more UTIs, no more sinus infections. Seriously, people, 10 years I've been plagued with these. 10 years, have not had 1 sinus infection, not 1 UTI since I started Plexus 11 months ago. Absolutely unreal. Every other month, I either had 1 or the other. Seriously, neither one in 11 months. You can't even make this stuff up, for real. Okay, hip and knee pain. Could not exercise without being in pain. Chronic pain, literally just walking, had hip and knee pain. First day, not even making it up. First day of Slim, no more hip and knee pain. Why? Alpha lipoic acid, miracle, in my opinion, in Slim, majorly powerful anti-inflammatory. Have you gotten the picture yet that you need to be on Plexus Slim? All right, you need to be on Plexus Slim. It will change your life, not just your weight, but your health, okay? I'm hypoglycemic. Completely level blood sugar. Not one low in 11 months. Not one. Not one. You need to be on Plexus Slim if you have blood sugar issues. It regulates lipids and blood sugar. Why do you think that 100% of all diabetic people that took Slim in the study lost weight? Hello! It's awesome, okay? Better sleep, more energy. Best testimony right here is my blood pressure testimony. Now, they're wanting me to do this in 3 minutes. Seriously, like, that's going to be a miracle. But anyway, blood pressure. I've been on blood pressure medicine 7 years, okay? Doctor told me forever I was going to be on blood pressure medicine because it was genetic. I'd lost weight. I started exercising. I did all these things right. Still had high blood pressure. Folks, I'm off my blood pressure medicine since June 2014. Normal readings every single day. Get you some Plexus, okay? Now I got to tell you about my financial testimony. Like I said, kindergarten teacher, 19 years. First 5 months on Plexus matched my teaching salary. I've almost doubled it now. I don't know about you, but residual income is pretty awesome, okay? I don't know who can't use it, but if you can't, then by all means, please do not join Plexus. But if you want some residual income, you want to change your family's future, get some Plexus and get it today because it has changed my life, my health, my weight, and my financial future because this is really big. But I am dreaming of staying home with my children for the first time ever in my life. And I'm going to pledge to you right now that it's going to be happening. So that's my testimony. I hope that you join us. You're not going to find a more supportive and encouraging group of people than right here. And we look forward to you joining our team and our Plexus family.
Yay, Christine.
Okay,
I mean,
how awesome is she? Yeah.
So, and I love the first words out of Christine's mouth. I'm not a salesperson. And
Yes.
I like, that is the beautiful thing about what Plexus does. It takes people that are simply eager to relate what they're experiencing. And so we're not selling you, and we're not asking anybody else to sell. You won't help you can't help but tell.
You can't help but tell people.
I'm going to tell you, we have quite a few, like I said, 10 products in front of us right here?
Yeah, 10
okay, we
products.
really don't have time to touch
Thank you so much, Christine. You're
Christine,
awesome.
you are a
Love you.
superstar.
Okay.
There's a couple companion products that have to go with weight loss.
Okay.
Okay, and they go with the Slim. They actually enhance the effects of the Slim. One of them is Boost. One of them is the Accelerator. It does exactly what they say. It boosts and enhances the weight loss.
You don't take both. You either take one of those or the other, not both at the same time.
Part of what we love about we teach you how to take the products properly.
Yes.
It's a huge factor.
Yes.
All of our products, there is one thing that makes us completely different than anything else that's on the market, and this is huge.
And people ask us all the time, like, how are you different than fill in the blank? And we're always like,
what they're associating us with is the fact that we're sold on a direct sales platform,
right.
and that somebody else that they've heard of is, so they assume that our products are similar.
Right.
One thing that separates us, well, really, there's more than one, but
a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Lot.
But the biggest thing is this: measurable results.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
It doesn't get any bigger than that.
You just heard it from him and Christine. They both had measurable results. I had measurable results, but only in my own head.
Right, but you could stop, right?
Right.
Yeah. So here's some of the measurables. You can measure, like, let's say you weren't on Plexus products and you were about to start today.
Right.
You could go have your blood work done. You could get on a scale. You can measure the inches.
Yes.
You could measure your blood pressure. You can measure your cholesterol. That's part of your lab work. Your energy levels, your sleep levels. And we said, okay, consistently take Plexus products the way we teach you for, 60 days?
60 days.
60 days, 90 days, and then go revisit those same things.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that you get on the scale every day and go, is it working? Is it working? Oh, it's working.
The scale is not very accurate. You should stay off the scale, people.
But regardless.
Go by how you feel and how you look in inches.
But measurable results. Now you can come back and say, was it worth it?
Yes.
Were those good improvements in your life, and were those good improvements in your health?
Okay, we have to move on.
Okay.
Now he's talking too much.
I really was.
Okay, so now we're going to introduce our next guest.
Woo!
She is awesome as well. Wendy Bershey.
Hey, Wendy, we are so excited that you have joined us today. We're going to let you share your testimony, if you would. I see you, Wendy.
Oh, there's Wendy's. That's not even her latest before after. She has even a more updated one.
Look at those dates.
But holy moly, June 17th, and that's November 11th. She has a new February, or January. I guess we're not
Pass
February.
the mic.
Yeah, pass the mic. Go.
Tell us, Wendy.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to share this with all of you because it is something that, just like everybody else who's going to talk to you, is very passionate about. So I want to introduce myself, Wendy Bershey. I'm an RN. I am married and have 3 kids and was living a pretty miserable life. And I would put on a smile every day and, convince myself that it was great because I like to, have a positive attitude, but I was pretty miserable. And so what happened was I was a major carb and sugar addict. And I would, start my day out with not eating breakfast, and I would go to the 7-Eleven down the street, and I would get a big gulp 44-ounce Diet Dr. Pepper, and I would get also a 24-ounce cup of coffee with about a 1/3 cup French vanilla creamer and about 6 packs of Splenda, because at least it wasn't sugar, right? That was my thinking back then. And so that's what I would have. And I would drink my calories throughout the day. And then I would start my journey home, and I would usually stop and get something very sweet, like cookies or something like that, because that was things that I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And so I would start eating then, and I would eat all the way until I couldn't eat anymore. I felt like literally like a tick about to explode. And that's how bad that addiction is. And when you do that, it has nothing to do with willpower. That is a physiological, addiction, and you are defenseless against it. And so my heart goes out to anybody who is battling that, because I know what that's like. I was 5'3". I weighed 200 pounds. I was pre-hypertensive. I had high cholesterol. I had cystic acne. And I don't know if anyone has ever seen cystic acne before, but I'm going to hold this up. I don't know if it's not going to come up on the screen, but it is the most painful form of acne you can imagine. I would get it on my jawline, on here, and then on my back, and it was horrible. I had poor sleep. I took 10 milligrams of melatonin every night just to get to sleep, wake up feeling groggy and like that horrible hangover feeling the next day. I had IBS, diverticulitis. I was given metronidazole for it. I had arthritis. I was prescribed Celebrex years ago, but I was severely allergic to it, so I had to stop. I took ibuprofen, 4 to 6 tablets of the 200 milligrams at one time, several times a day. I'm a nurse. I knew I wasn't supposed to, but what are you going to do? You had to function. I had horrible brain fog. I've actually worked with Alzheimer's dementia patients for several years, and so I honestly believed that I had early onset dementia, and I was absolutely terrified. That was almost something I couldn't bring myself to even contemplate. I'd start thinking about it, and I'd quickly dismiss it because it was terrifying. And so, with all of that, I was then depressed, and who wouldn't be? Because, the way I look at it, I had a body that was falling apart. I was 46 years old. I hurt all the time. And I thought I was losing my memory, and I felt like a prisoner in my own body. So June 17th, I start this amazing pink drink and all the great supplements that go along with it, and my body starts becoming regulated, and all of these things that I had suffered from start correcting themselves. I found out the IBS that I had suffered for years was actually a candida overgrowth. No, I was never, through blood tests or anything like that, because there aren't a lot of doctors that are going to look for that. Nobody ever, when I had the cystic acne, nobody ever told me, sugar and all of that, the stress, they just kept giving me more and more antibiotics that made me sick. So, there's a lot of things that we're not looking at and we're not addressing that our bodies can heal themselves if we put the right supplements and the right foods into our bodies. And so, I started realizing that these amazing supplements were actually fixing all of these things. My blood pressure went to normal. My cholesterol went to within normal limits. I lost 20 pounds my first month, and I know that's not typical because I did. Plexus for me was a catalyst. It got me so, I'm a little why person, a little researcher, and I started looking into all this stuff, and I started reading about, I'm like, why does it affect your blood sugar? Okay, so sugar, and I start reading, and I'm like, that's me, and I eliminated sugar from my diet, and I did all these things, started exercising, just walking, just moving, and I started feeling better. I started shedding the candida. You can shed the candida, and you will know, okay, that was the problem. And so the brain fog went away. I could remember numbers again. I could get in my car and know where I was going, and it was just absolutely amazing. And so my whole thing to you, if you're out there and if you are lost, and I will get emotional because I've been there and I know what it's like, and you don't have to suffer, and you can do this. You're not weak, you're not lazy, you're not, a slob or a sloth. You are somebody that needs help and that needs that catalyst in your life and needs that tool, and you've got it. And you're going to have the support that you need. So I'm just saying, if you are feeling hopeless, there is hope. And for so many of us, it was Plexus. And I just hope that you reach out to whoever invited you to this call and just tell them, hey, I'm ready for that hope in my life.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay, so we love you, Wendy. You're so awesome. And hey, all of you people that just listen to Wendy and hear the emotion from her, this is why we are so passionate about sharing these products with people, because you've now seen 3-4 people's lives completely changed, and times a billion now, right?
I mean, literally thousands
of
people.
Crazy. And I could go on and on about everything Wendy said because it totally applied to my own life too. Yeah, she's so right on. Okay.
So
thank you so much, Wendy.
Thank you so much. And I mean, so everybody understands and knows when we start describing to you what's happening with Plexus, these are the type of things. Wendy's story is not a unique story. We would not be sitting here doing what we're doing, suggesting that you try these products and that you join us because we need help desperately for messengers. We literally hear that story so much that it's become our passion.
He means we need messengers, because I now see people and I think, we could help you. We could make you feel better. Like, we have the tool that will help you feel better. People are walking around on 30 prescription medications. What? I'm for, like, how many
30.
people do we talk to?
Yeah.
They don't even know what the original reason they were on one medication for. And then that led to a train of medications, and it all have side effects. So our products totally help with so much.
And hey, real quick, we were in Houston. This lady comes running up to us, and she was kind of sharing, and she says, I wanted y'all to know that I came off of like 12 prescription medications. And we were like giving her a high five because she was telling, a similar story to what Wendy was just saying.
Right.
And then after, when we were done, we were kind of walking out, and she comes running up and she goes, oh yeah, by the way, I've lost 84 pounds.
No, 64.
64 pounds. But whatever it was like, it was a side note.
Yeah.
It wasn't I lost 84 pounds.
And that's probably the craziest thing about Plexus. People started to get skinny,
this guy,
not to get healthy, to get skinny. And what happens is they start getting healthy, and then all these other changes take place, and then they've lost weight, but they don't even, that's not even on their top 10 of why they will drink Plexus.
Right.
Okay,
so
let me talk about 2 more products really quickly.
Oh, Susie.
I know, real quick. Okay, if you know anybody with chronic inflammation and pain, we have this all-natural fast relief line that is absolutely amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Nerve support, most chronic pain has nerve damage at its core. So this nerve support, it's kind of like our ProBio as far as people really see huge results with it.
Sciatic nerve pains.
And prescription pain medications are stealing the people that you know and love. They're not who they are while they're on those medications. And I understand the reasons are very real on why they're on them. But what if these products could help the problem, help the pain, but keep the person the actual person?
Right.
It's huge.
Okay. So there's 3 different ways that you can purchase our products. Okay. So the person that suggested that you watch this, they have a website.
Hang out with us.
Yeah, hang out with us. This is so techie. That's the other great thing. Remember, you don't have to be techie to be successful.
We're not techie.
We are not techie.
No.
So there's 3 ways you can do it. You can buy it retail. Retail is really simple. You just it's a one-time purchase. There's no reoccurring orders. It's more expensive that way because it is a one-time purchase, but most people never do that. Here's why. Tell them, Suze. Why does?
Because you might as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 options. Preferred means you sign up. It is going to be an auto ship. You can cancel it. You are not ever trapped into anything.
There's no catch with Plexus.
You can cancel. Like, let's say you order some right now and you sign up preferred. It's going to save you money.
15%.
A considerable discount.
Yep.
And then 2 weeks after you order, let's say for whatever reason you don't want it anymore, you don't like it, you do whatever. I don't know why you wouldn't. you cancel it. It's just canceled right then, there. Nothing else is coming to you. So you're never trapped into anything.
So nobody ever pays retail, right?
But I have to tell you, the whole reason that we are here talking to you today is because we clicked Join Plexus, because if you look at it, it's $34.95. You get your own website. You order your own products from that website.
And the company provides you with this. You don't have to set up a website.
No,
it sounds techie.
It's super easy.
No, literally,
Trust
just
me.
when a
If we
sale
can do
is...
it,
Yeah, when a sale is done at that website, you get credit. If somebody joins at your website, you get credit.
But the reason we joined was just to get the wholesale
That's
cost,
it.
because both of us wanted to try the products, and it's a good enough savings on wholesale. You might as well go wholesale. That's our opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so...
And by the way, people were like, well, how'd you get people to join your team? Because if they join Plexus, and I'm like, I just told them to do what I did. I can't, with good conscience, not tell somebody that they can pay the $34.95
like a Sam's membership
wholesale.
and then get
Right.
wholesale. So,
Okay.
so then what happens is, so those are the different options. We've already established the fact that the market potential for our products is endless.
Oh my!
I mean,
the need for our products
one in
is
three
insane.
is going to be diabetic. I think they said within the next 8 years.
Yes.
Okay, so
Not 8 years, but 9. Yeah.
it was 8 years, is what the latest
Okay.
survey said. So, and part of the reason we get asked this question a lot, people will say, well, why do they? If these products work so awesome, why not just run, like this next weekend is the Super Bowl, why not just run an ad at the halftime of the Super Bowl?
Right.
And then everyone will go, oh, Plexus, I'm going to go try it. And I asked the owners of the company that, and they said these words: that aisle that you're describing, and if you could see it, it'd blow your mind. Look at it. It's cluttered to death, which means there's products there that it's just so confusing. No one knows what works, what doesn't work, right?
Oh my gosh.
So
All
they
sorts of
wanted a
stuff.
personal testimony to go along with it.
Yeah.
So what we're inviting you to do is join Plexus. You will become a distributor, if you will, of
Whoever
Plexus.
invited you on this.
Maybe you don't even intend to ever work it as a business.
Most of
Fine.
us don't.
We didn't either. That's kind of like our
If
little...
somebody had told us that we would be in a business, we probably would have ran. And
We have no
thank
time.
Goodness.
We have no
thank
time.
Goodness. Okay, we're going to introduce our next guest to you. She's very dear to our heart, Leslie Reichert.
Leslie Reichert.
And she ordered we messaged back and forth, and she wanted
Joined Plexus.
Yeah, she joined, but she got a 3-day trial pack from me.
Oh, yeah.
In this picture right here, I met her that day in that black and white dress. She got a 3-day trial pack, and I'll let her tell the story from there, but her transformation is amazing.
Hi,
and we love her.
Leslie.
Okay.
Okay, so this is kind of weird for me. I thought I was going to be looking at myself.
Is she not?
Anyway, I was a breastfeeding mom. I had just delivered my second child. I had initially lost almost 30 pounds of pregnancy weight, and the scale had started going back up, and I was back within 7 pounds of my top pregnancy weight. That's a very ugly number. I had become depressed. Back then, though, I didn't even realize that I was depressed. I know now that that's what was going on with me. I spent the whole summer of 2013 with a 3-year-old and an 8-month-old inside, out of the heat, any excuse not to go outside. I had it. I was desperate, and I needed something to help, and that was going to work, and I was skeptical. Since I was breastfeeding, you just can't take just anything. I saw a friend posting on Facebook about Plexus, and it was that friend. It was very new, and he lost, and it was Chris, and he lost a crazy amount of weight like very quickly. So I'm like, oh, I got to get some of that maybe. So and then Susie posted that she had some trial packs. I asked if it was safe for breastfeeding. My doctor okayed it. I met Susie from that wedding reception in the black dress, picked up my first trial pack, immediately started the following day, and from the first moment, it was special. I had energy. I felt good. I was off the couch. I was doing things I hadn't done in a very long time, and I know it sounds crazy, and yes, that was really day one for me. And then I quickly signed up as an ambassador that night without even talking to Susie about it. She sent me a message, and she said, just got a text, you're an ambassador. Did we talk about that? And I said, nope, not at all, but I need this, and I need the discount. So once again, I signed up for discount. I lost 6 pounds in 8 days very, very quickly, and I was ecstatic. And then the scale stopped. It completely stopped. I felt great, but the scale wasn't moving, and for me, this was about weight loss because I was just overweight, not depressed or anything else, right? So anyway, Susie happened to send me a message on day 24, and she said, "How's it going?" And I said, "Oh, it was great. Remember, I lost 6 pounds and then nothing else." And she says, "Forget the stinking scale. How do your clothes feel?" And it was at that moment that I realized I was no longer wearing maternity pants and didn't even know it. So I went to measure. To my surprise, I had lost 19 inches all over my body in just 24 days. So at that point, the scale was a thing of the past. So anyway, fast forward, I started posting on Facebook after 30 days, and it became a very big business for me right away. Wasn't anything I was looking for. I just had to tell everybody, and now I'm a Senior Ruby ambassador. It's a very successful business. On that piece, I have to tell you that once upon a time to be a stay-home mommy was a dream. I'm sure all mothers had that dream. A dream I never thought attainable. But after 11 months in my Plexus business, I became a stay-home mommy, giving up my 21-year mortgage career. So not only was it a dream, it's now a reality that I live every day. And to tell you the rest of my health piece of it, I'm very healthy. My husband's also very healthy. I've lost 67 pounds. I stopped counting last summer at 70 inches. I have gone from a size 20, 22 to a size 10, 12. Pretty exciting. My husband has also lost 50 pounds since just May, and he has 11.6% body fat. He really has no weight left to lose. So that's my story. I'm very passionate about Plexus, and I love everybody on this call, and I want to thank everybody that's joined and listened, because it could literally change your life from day one, because it totally changed mine. Thank you, guys.
Man, once again, another story of somebody that we know, love, and care about.
And it almost, like, I'm teary even listening. So the cool thing, this is one of the coolest things about Plexus that's happened for us. I would not know Leslie if it, or really Christine or Wendy, if it weren't for Plexus. Chris knew her from high school vaguely. I mean, they were Facebook friends. But she is like my family now. All of these people are like my family now. Like I love you, Leslie. You know that. Yeah. Yes. I love all of the, like, you bond together because you're changing your lives together and you're encouraging each other. And one of the hugest things about Plexus is that for the weight loss, for the health, and for the business, it's your own journey, but you're not by yourself. You have a whole team of people cheering you on. Right? So it's a community. Yeah. It's the most supportive group. I've never seen anything like it. Right. It's one of the coolest things. So, Leslie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Leslie. So what you're seeing, again, you're hearing our story over and over and over. So remember that Susie and I were not intentionally trying to generate income with Plexus.
No, it's an accidental business
we're getting emails going, "Hey, you got an ambassador, you got an ambassador." And Susie looked at me and she says, what'd you say?
I go, "I think we might be making some money."
And so I told her, I said, "Look, we are in the fishing business. We don't have time for any of these things." And so
wait, and he goes jogging by me as he's
I'm
whatever.
shedding weight like crazy. So we're standing at the mailbox, and I rip open a check. Exactly how this happens, and I look down and I look at Susie. My jaw drops.
This was after the first month.
First month, yeah. And I go, "Oh my gosh, I think we've done something illegal."
And we didn't know the compensation.
We didn't know anything.
We didn't know anything about anything.
And so I call my attorney friend and I go, "Hey, I don't know what I've done." I said, "But they're sending me some huge check and I'm not even sure what I've done to do it. Can you look into this company?" He calls me back quickly and says, "You've stumbled onto an exploding business." He says their percentage of increase in the last 2 years is nuts. So we start, and we've learned this. I'm going to share this with you. A couple months ago, Inc. magazine came out, and they ranked Plexus worldwide. This is out of all companies, out of 5,000 companies, number 8 fastest growing company in the United States. Success from Home magazine featured our company in the month of July, I think this was last year.
Yeah, and it's not a Plexus.
This is not a Plexus thing. Magazine. Yeah, this is a magazine that says
featured Plexus.
And so we start seeing this all over and over again. Susie and I have we've gotten to a point. Oh, it's
That's Susie. Our catalog.
This is our catalog.
You keep talking.
Okay, so the key to our business is there's no home parties, there's no inventory. 100% of it can be done online.
In the catalog.
Susie in the catalog, standing next to the Plexus Lexus.
Okay,
And so
that's how new the company is, and like crazy, right?
So like
I'm in the
6
catalog.
months in, they bought us our Lexus, okay, which was one of the other perks of being involved with Plexus.
Yeah, and I would have driven anything free. I still would. I don't care about Lexus or whatever, but I will tell you the Lexus is nice.
It is so nice. And so we start realizing real quick that the income, I'm going to show you an income disclosure right now. This was recently released by Plexus. These are their numbers. So we reached the top of the company.
Averages.
Yeah, we reached the top of the company in 1 year. From start to finish. We went emerald, and we're about to put up a quick graphic that's going to show what that looks like. Okay, so these are those numbers. You can see here where the ambassador, that's when you first sign up. This is what the average does. If you look down here to where it shows emerald ambassador, that's what we reached within 6 months of starting.
And when you hit that is when you qualify for the Lexus.
Yep, and a trip to
Hawaii.
We love Hawaii. Nice. Oh, we used to go all the time.
No, we didn't. We never had been to Maui until September. We got to go, and it was all on Plexus's money. It was so fun.
It was so crazy. So you can see the Diamond Ambassador. Now, so what we're asking you to do, and this is key, this is the beautiful part. You do not have to have any special skills. You do not have to have any special talent. You don't even have to be techie. In fact,
all of those people that just talked, including me, are not salespeople at all. We will all tell you. We are like, selling makes me uncomfortable.
Literally, her pits get sweaty.
I would never want anybody. I didn't even talk about the financial side of Plexus for 6 months or something.
She wanted to cheapen the product.
No, because I care about people getting healthy with these products. That is my driving passion. If I were my daughter the other day, I told her, she's 11. I said, "Aren't you glad I'm not like in Mary Kay? They have a pink car because we have a really cool black Lexus."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, I don't think you would ever do very well in that, Mom, because they have to wear makeup and stuff."
Yeah, and they're not exactly passionate. So
no, I only am successful with Plexus because the products are so amazing, and I see what they do for people, and all of us can't help but share them.
Right, and so when we tell you this, here's the key. I want you to hear this. Anybody can do this.
Anybody.
It doesn't take talent or skill.
But you have to be 18.
You have to be 18 years old, and then you have to have the desire. We'll help you with a plan of action that will get you there, but you also have to be willing to do it yourself. I mean, if nothing happens, don't bother joining or don't bother coming aboard unless you're going to put forth effort, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So
same way with your weight loss or your health.
Yeah. But we're suggesting to you that anybody can do this. And so what you can do is you can go to the person that invited you to get on this call's website, and they'll understand the details because they've done it several times, I'm sure. But then you can click to them, say, "Hey, I'm ready to join Plexus. What do I do?" Right?
Absolutely. That's it. It's that easy.
So that we are about to sign off of our first official Google Hangout.
And let me just say this. We could talk for a long time, and we could have testimony after testimony. I like to call them pleximonies, over and over and over because we have so many people having amazing results. But they tell us the perfect kind of one of these is 45 minutes. Oh! And look, we went 47.
Hey, I got to tell you, you don't know how hard it was for us to not talk because we just want to tell you about everything going on with Plexus.
If you were like sitting live with us, it would be at least an hour and a half.
We have people blowing through the ranks. The only thing they do is Facebook. I'm just telling you, they'll post on Facebook. We have a community of people on Facebook that we plug you into once you join.
Instagram, Twitter. I mean, social media really has changed the
it's
world of direct sales.
And if you're not in those, so
it doesn't matter because I promise you know people that either have they need to lose weight, or they have chronic pain, or they have IBS, or migraines, or one of the many things you've heard us talk about, autoimmune. Holy moly.
RA.
If you know anybody with RA, lupus, fibromyalgia.
We can't do this. We're going backwards.
Oh, sorry. I know, but I see. This is
okay, so we just want to invite you. Thank you for taking the time to stop by tonight. Hey, we'll talk to y'all soon. Signing off. McCall's gone.